Hello to nobody viewing, as I have just posted it. But we have today, actually, Farid Rommel versus Khers here, as they're practicing the opening of UUUU versus Khers, I do believe. Farid Rommel and Khers. Ooh, Marauder coming in. Right. This is funny. I just find this funny. The game's happening in like 10 minutes, the game you're all presumably coming here for. Right. As my sound is no doubt broken. Oh, I'm using the wrong audio device, no wonder. There we go. I fixed it. Bomber coming down. Blinda going down, though. Lots of these Stug M482s here, so gotta be careful of that. Oh, man. Jeez, another Marauder coming in. Very much a dangerous start there. 2 of these 50 mils. Marauder does get its bombs off. And that LG is likely going to go down. Yeah, another Stug goes down as well. As we enter into this little pre-show here. I always find it kind of funny. No, yeah, so this isn't, for everyone watching, this isn't UUUU versus Khers just yet. But that is coming very quickly here in just a moment. Yeah. 50 mils out. They're clearly just like practicing their openings here. Bombassi coming in, the L6 getting bailed out. I do think this is a very dangerous matchup that UUUU has gotten himself into. The Fox's clan is just practicing. AA coming out. Sarax. Kabuxiaga. Ton of snipers, so I really don't know what UUUU expects to do with Nov here, because as we're seeing, like, really, all the tools that Nov has to deal with things like tanks and such, they don't apply on a match like this. Kabuxiaga is pure evil infantry spam. So, a couple Pioneer coming in here. Bunch of Geburtstreif. There's a lot of MGs here. So, Farid Rommel is probably likely playing his best here. But, I don't see how, like, this will play out for UUUU. Now, Farid Rommel and UUUU themselves are, actually, I have no idea the level of some of these players. I would have expected Farid Rommel to be one of the better ones. But yeah, this practice round between Foxes here right before the game. As we do reach live. So this is happening right now. It is still a proper live stream, I would say. But you're going to have to wait for the real show between UUUU and Khers, which is coming up right after this. Really, with the start of this, Quebec has a very powerful pick versus Nov here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but maybe he's just waiting for those Marauders to come in again so he can start clearing up some of these Quebec Societies. Because as long as the snipers are sitting here, MG42s don't stand a chance, right? They just get pinned down way too fast. Excellent autocar spam as well for this. Gebirgsstamm Pioneer coming in. There's an L6 here, but like what do you expect to do is up in the north. Looks like something did force this Stück to fall back, and the Bombashi are clearing out the Gebirgsstamm up in the north. So, despite everything, still a fairly good showing right now for Farid Rommel. I am just very surprised to see these players practicing like this. I suppose that is what happens when you've got a game that you do want to win. Rider coming in. SP Berettas, though, to do a little bit of damage. Stop those from coming in so quick. Duff beer. No, I don't like Duff beer. I generally just drink German stuff. It is so ridiculously cheap over here. Beer, it's like 70 cents a bottle, so might as well drink the good stuff. Lots of mortars coming in. MGs are going to force back these units from the hill. So, as we do almost enter into B phase here. It's looking more even than I would have expected, but I'm not really seeing how Nov can get an advantage over Gebuxiga when you just spam these Stugs, which they really don't have a way to deal with. Duff Beer from The Simpsons. I get the joke. Thank you very much, Reef. No. Yeah. Maybe there's something beyond it. Bunch of mortars, though. Did one of these mortars go down? No, it's just some loading further over here. L6 is very capable against the SPW, but what happens to happen is one of these Stugs come over and just deletes it. Marauder coming as well to kill the Gebuchsturmpioneer. Good split there. Bloody nuke bomber. Actually, veering off to the wrong side as these SPWs get on target. Yeah, this is the matchup, which is exactly why they're practicing it right now, right? UUU picked NOV, and Khers picked Gebuxiga against it, all right? And, like, as a counter pick, 5th Gebuxiga is just nasty. Very nasty. You think? Now, okay, so I don't have a lot of experience with NOV, all right? So, is it actually that bad against Gebuxiga? If anyone can make it work, I suspect it's UUU. But, yeah, the only thing NOV really has going for it is the air. Like, there's a couple of nasty units with Berettas, which Farid Rommel doesn't actually appear to be utilizing here, as the Gebuxiga just stormed the north here. Bunch of proletariat coming in to help deal with that, but really one of the specialties of NOV, I would say, and a unit that it does rely on is those recon with Beretta troops, which are, in my opinion, absolutely amazing. But, oh man. Yeah. Never do bans and picks. Well, the funny thing is, I'm not sure that, like, Khers picked any later than a couple of minutes ago, right? Supposedly, we were only 10 minutes away from the game as this was just starting here. So we've perhaps got a couple of minutes before they're due to play. I'm not sure whether UUU or Khers was the one who decided to give the Foxes here a chance to fight, but funny to see the Partops here not being able to ward off the bomber that kills the mortar here, but then killing the plane in response. Fairly good trade, I guess, but some of these MGs definitely do a lot of work. And yeah, so game over, right? That's their practice round. Marauder doing a lot of damage, right? This completely deleted the opening here. What is UUU gonna pull? Yeah, I wouldn't, like, I wasn't very impressed with that. A lot of the tools that NOV has right there, I didn't actually see them get utilized, right? Like, we saw MG42s, but none of the recon infantry came out, right? And like, none of the infantry spam that it's known for. He brought in a bunch of AT guns and a bunch of MGs, and then mortar spam and AA. We didn't see any units capable of holding the ground. Not utilizing the best weapon in deck, which is the par top. Yeah. Oh man, the par top. I faced Babar and Babar had NOV at the time, and we deciphered the perfect counter to the par top is the 600mm off map that Avangarding gets. If you're up against a meme, just meme harder, right? So for anyone just joining us, which I don't think there is anybody looking at the statistics, but for anyone just joining us here, that was just the warm-up game that Khers and Farid Rommel did to kind of practice the opening of 5th Gebirgsjäger versus NOV. UUU, I think, was like dead set on picking NOV a lot longer, but I would have expected Khers and Farid Rommel to practice a little bit earlier than like 5 minutes before the game. So it's kind of funny that I caught it, right? I just saw it go up here. Oh man. Now, unfortunately, that was the pre-show, and now we gotta wait until UUU gets his butt in gear and creates a lobby. Ugh. So you're with me the whole way. Can I keep you entertained? The answer is potentially. Let's go take a look at NOV, actually. Do I even have an NOV deck? I don't think I do. Here we go. So, deck building. These are absolutely amazing troops. I got 4 Berettas and 2 Beretta 30s. These are like Yakari on steroids, really, with the Molotovs here, but they can't be upfed, so a little bit of a downside there. Lots of snipers, though, with 5th Gebirgs having not only the Aufklärer snipers, but also the Gebirgsfusilier. I'm not sure how many of these I would take. Definitely want the Blinda. I believe it is a Maverick versus Maverick matchup. So, yep, to deal with the auto cars. Bombasine A. Does get some nasty infantry, but yeah, I think its AT is fairly weak. I would expect like lots of 47 millimeters, and potentially even a card of Piats. Quite honestly, I would take them. You gotta need them. We're gonna see the part top because you use a big memer. No doubt MG42s. Maybe Berettas? Yeah, looking at it, it's just a very weak division. Like, on the right map, it's fine, but they're playing Ciano, right? Bombassi rifle. 1891. 360 rounds per minute? Isn't that a bit high? This isn't a, yeah, it says it's a semi-auto. It's a carbine. What? Oh man, this must be like, Eugen must have done with the 300 meters here. They must have done the same thing that they did with the M3 carbine, which is just because of the way the semi-auto, or Ciano, wait. What map were we just on? Help me out, Reeve. But anyway, the M3 carbine, you don't see them in large enough numbers to really tell, but I think there's a unit in DFL that gets like 5 of them, and it's the Trialeurs or whatever, and it hits really hard for its price, right? They're a 15-point unit, and they have like 3 300-meter SMGs, so Bombassi, very good unit there. Let's see here, though. I guess the Commandeers have Piats on them, so maybe you don't need the card of Piats. Is it even worth taking, like, MG units in this game? In this deck, even? They've got MG34s, which isn't, like, the worst, but I would hesitate against Gebirgsjäger with the excellent medium-range capability to even get in range with them. Gotta have some line infantry, I would suspect. Yeah. Why wouldn't Fox's train on the map Khers would play? Are Are they not playing that map? Like, UUU had said earlier that he was just going to play NOV no matter what, right? I think I caught him actually in the Hobo Tango's little kingdom thing, talking about how he was just going to meme and go NOV no matter what. I'm not convinced that the picks and bans happened like earlier than 20-30 minutes ago. I suppose what you could do is like, no, they lose too much availability. Wow, these even terrible. These are in every way, shape, and form worse than the Italian guns. This one has okay that curve, I suppose, if you want to be an artillery memer. Or just the other alternative is spam mortars, but mortars chew up supply like crazy. So I would hesitate to say that we're going to see that. Probably might actually go heavy on these light tanks. R35 useful in this matchup? Dubiously. And then the air spam's got to be strong, right? The two Marauders in A. The Beaufort is only coming B. So do the Hurricane. So he's got no like plain AA, really. And the AA suppression capability isn't that amazing either. Like these M28s, they'll do the job. I did play around with these a little bit. This thing is much more effective at that with the 8 rounds per minute base. And then if you can get it up, like this does delete AA, but without radio, it is kind of hard to get on target, so you need multiple of them. Mustangs. Are Mustangs the only fighter gets an A other than bow fighters? Really? Well, I guess if you're a Mustang enjoyer. There's a lot of availability. But somehow I don't think the game's going to last that long. Nov is OP. Oh, man. Is that you, Farid Rommel? Well, welcome to the stream. I caught your little training game. That was happening just earlier. Ugh. This looks like an okay NOV deck, I would say. Well, maybe not with the Pack 40s, but yeah, hard to say. Potentially, those Pack 40s might be needed against the Stugs that come in B phase, but it only gets one availability. Ow! Why, Eugen? Why? Looking at this deck actually just hurts my soul, really. NOV is so odd, in my opinion. Let's go check out lobbies up. And then we'll take a look at Gebirgsjäger. Custom game. No, it's not up yet. Damn. I really want to ping UUU again, just to ask when the match is finally starting. So let's get a look at Gebirgsjäger. Having just taken a look at NOV, where is it? Gebirgsjäger, it's a little bit better now that it was nerfed. But, like, Quebec's up there, they have G43s, right? This is a very good sniper squad. And then you've got the 30.1s to tank for the other sniper squads almost. So, like, the training game we just saw with Farid was a little bit odd. In the fact that I didn't see any 47mm. The opening was also a little weird. But, like, it's just literally this one card right here deletes anything NOV has to offer, right? Because it's cheap enough that you could just plump them down without a worry. And the NOV has to use like a 40 or a 50-point AT gun to even take this on. And this tank's only 40 points. That's an efficient trade right there. Not to mention that you can screen them with the gazillion snipers, right? Like, I would expect to see something like that going on. And then, of course, Gebirg Streif. Yeah, a bit hard to know what UUU's deck's gonna be like. But even just the fact that, like, these Gebirgsführers have the Panzerschrecks, as UUU pings me. The only reason why I haven't turned off my Discord notifications. Like, you just put a Gebirgsführer in every position that you expect the NOV to have, like, light armor, and it completely wards it off. You don't even need to waste a slot on a Panzerschreck. But, really, what does NOV have that needs a pack 40? So, theoretically, what we could see, even, is a Pumpkin and a Panzerschreck like that. Maybe not a 1-star, but, like, that would be nasty. Why do these lose so much availability? Guess because they're better or something. And then I would expect Veltros in A, maybe even a card of G6s. Well, these aren't very good. Shameful display from UUU coming soon. But, yeah. You're not even going to need any AT planes, really. So you can just go all in on bombers, really. Are these the ones with the multiple 100-kilogram bombs? Yeah. I admit that the recon's not great, but it does go fast. So I suppose if you're going to do a cheese opener, you would start with the 500-kilogram bombs and bomb that reinforcement road, right? You see that a lot on that particularly map that we saw just a second ago. And then just potentially something like that. Like, NOV doesn't have the most amazing support units either, right? So, what are you realistically going to do against it? Didn't they have the light ones? Yeah. This might be close to something like what I would deploy against NOV. Oop. Alright, so yeah. Interesting. That's not the right button. We go in here now. And it is Shredderin. Man, I knew I was right. Or was I? What did I say? I said Ciano, didn't I? Not Shredderin. These bloody Russian names and their bloody French game. Yeah, UUU. versus Khers Foxes. So, finally, after a bit of a delay, welcome to UUU versus Khers. We got the kingdom on one side here versus the Foxes clan. So a bit symbolic, which means it's a bit annoying why UUU chose just NOV to meme, right? But UUU very fond of memeing. So I guess we'll see what kind of memes he has up his freaking sleeve, right? Like, there's got to be something. I expect part top memes in the town. That's like realistically the only place you can actually use it. The problem is part top, no indirect fire. Like, it's not particularly stealthy either. So it's just gotta like peek its eyes out and then try and shoot at these buildings and immediately get deleted by something. Oh man. You won't use the part top? Okay, well, maybe he's actually trying then, which would be a bit of a surprise. Oh, look at this. Khers actually getting the other side of the map compared to what's it called? Compared to the like pre-game that we just saw. So much for the deployment training, right? But I think it's enough to get a feel for this game. It does enable UUU though. Like if he does, I would expect a Marauder over here. And then if he does manage to capture this location and this one up here, it might actually give him a fairly stable ground to like put a pack gun or something up here. And really shut down the Gebirgsjägers from getting back onto the hill into the medium range where they're going to be really effective. The problem with that is it relies on killing, well, 3 snipers, 2 MGs, 2 M42 Stugs, and a Gebirgsführer. I almost expect UUU to just ignore this entirely, which is a very dangerous move, right? Oh, from what UUU said, he is 100% convinced of losing, supposedly. That's just UUU in a nutshell, right? Like, it's been a bit of a meme in the Steel Division community now for a while that he's part of this Azats clan, right? Because he's just a replacement for, I don't know, charisma, or not charisma, confidence, right? And he's disheartened. I played him recently in quick play, and he also said he was just going to lose right away. He beat me. Like, he had a good map, he had a good division. He's just like, I'm bad, I'm going to lose, and then completely rolled over me. I beat him the second game, but that's because I brought Rima, which is a completely separate matter. So I guess let me know if you want to see that game, or the one where you rolled me. But both times it's almost rude. So it annoys me greatly to see like such a good player, essentially, who's got the skill and the power to play at Division 1, essentially act like a dilapidated dog. Right. He created it. Yeah, no, it's all his fault, right? Like, in psychology, there's always been this thing of like, if you say you lose, then you can't be disappointed in yourself when you don't win, right? And that's seen a lot in a lot of places, particularly people who are insecure. But I don't think you use insecure, and he's just taken it to a completely new level. And it annoys a lot of people to no end, to the point where I think like multiple people have muted UUU in the Discord. So that's something worth considering. But let's take a look at the deployment here, as both players should be, well, maybe not so much UUU, but Khers definitely having practiced his deployment. Let's look at what's going on here. Triple Gebirgsaufklärer, those are the ones with the G43s with the snipers. 2 MG42s, 2 stars. Dual Stugs, Gebirgsführer, Gebirgsfusilier, 2 Gebirgsfusilier. That's 5 snipers total. 2 Gebirgssturmpioneers, AB41 and a Gebirgsstreif. The Sturmpioneers and the Streif, no doubt, destined for the hill, potentially also the Führer. In the center here, Gebirgsstreif, Gebirgsjäger, and an SBW AB41. Another Gebirgsaufklärer, probably heading towards that church, I would wager, but it's always a bit of a risky move to go there, even with a unit that is turned off, because you never know if your opponent is rushing you and it just gets a free kill on a sniper then, or a recon unit. But if you can get in that church, free recon over this entire area, right? Gebirgsstreif, Gebirgsjäger, Gebirgssturmpionier, Gebirgsführer, that Gebirgs thing I was talking about earlier. For UUU, looks like he's got Bobassi, Comandante Ivadachi, that's the recon unit that I was talking about earlier with the like 4 Berettas. Borchi, Bombashi, Commandeer, another Borchi going down. 2 of the 47mm, 3 snipers. So Khers very much outnumbering him in the sniper front. But 2 more Comandante Ivadachi, Blindas, 2 MG42s, and 2 Borchis. Up north, from the looks of this isn't quite completed, but Commandeer, Proletariat, and Comandante Ivadachi as well. Yeah. Looks like a Gebirg Fusilier has just gone down over here as well, potentially moving one. Or just had the points remaining. With this deployment so low, I wonder what kind of other units UUU is bringing, right? Because everything in NOV is dirt cheap. This doesn't add up, I don't think, to 700 points. He's got to have like a recon plane and a bomber at the very least, also in his deployment, if he does expect to deploy with this, right? And really here, there's nothing to actually go up against this, right? So UUU's definitely not planning to contest this area, which is quite honestly a good move because like Khers is just gonna take it 9 times out of 10. But there's like a lot more forces here with the quad Gebirgsjäger, as well as the Sturmpioneer and the Aufklärer and the Führer. Interesting to see the Sturmpioneer is not in the AB Horches, but it is what it is. Lots of units coming in here, though. Definitely an aggressive start, and it's going to actually somewhat deploy in this area. I would expect the snipers almost to come over there. The 47mm, one of them is coming to actually try and cut off this reinforcement road. He is saying he forgot AT. I don't think you've got much to worry about there. Bombashi and Comandante Ivadachi actually going to this flag here to kind of secure it. Interesting. Actually, that's a good choice because if you do give up this position, the problem that it leads to is you can very easily just rush units up and bring them in over here. All these units prepared to do the classic Shidrin opening, right? Shidrin, not Siano, where you just duel with your opponent and see who comes out on top. But there's nothing here, and like we're still not seeing a bomber. The 2-star Veltro coming out as wait a minute. What the hell? Where did all these troops come from? Oh, they must have come in from the center. Oh, he knows something I don't. I swear. Ooh, this is actually really good. The Blindas here are getting free shots on the snipers here. But these Stugs are coming in. This 47mm is not quite far enough ahead to deal with it. But multiple Borchi, Comandante Ivadachi as well. The Veltra is going to come in to strafe the closest Atigan from the looks of it. Actually, the MG42. The SPW AB41 did get up there. I don't think anything quite went down. Yeah, both the Streif and the regular Gebirgsjäger up here. Blinda's desperately trying to move out of their way. As the Bombashi get the better of the Gebirgssturmpioneer. Wow. I guess you were right. Those rifles just do a lot of damage. It's already on like 2 stars. Where's the TNT though? Gebirgsfusilier, or Gebirgsführer also doing that. Looks like both the Horches went down, unfortunately, for UUU, as he does have a 50mm coming in to deal with these small Stugs. Town fight's going relatively okay. He has taken out the Gebirgsführer, the Gebirgsfusilier here. Proletariat now versus Gebirgsjäger, like MG34 versus MG42. Gebirgsjäger should win that, no problem. Oh, and these are actually the support guns? No, that's the 47mm, but that's definitely a support gun. Belcher doing a lot of strafing. Has secured the hill for the time being, but there's a lot of units in here now, and 2 Borchis really gonna protect against that. Especially if the Commandeer goes down. But LG42 coming out, that should kill, especially a dilapidated 65mm there. The LG42 being a lot higher caliber than this. What is this even? I guess it's found the MG42 in the town here for the time being. Another Stück coming in, another Gebirgsstreif. 11 to 12. Multiple Borchi coming in to reinforce this position as we just see a flood of Gebirgsjäger and Gebirgssturmpeine here. The leader actually pivoting off the hill to avoid dying there. Welcher finally runs out of gas, likely. As yeah, Comandante Veracci didn't do the job. The Borchi did have to get forced back. They actually trade flags here. Most of the forces up in the north here being over here. Now this would be the time to bring in a Marauder, right? Bomb this, run these through, and then go from there. But looks like UUU prefers not to air spam right now. 47mm, 50 up here. The Horch does have to be careful, but Gebirgsfusilier and Gebirgsführer providing veterancy to the Gebirgsfusilier in a second here. That might actually just get spotted, right? The higher your veterancy, the more things you spot. 220mm coming in. L6s as well, and a Proletary. One of the Gebirgsjäger in the open does go down, but this Porsche did take a little bit of damage. Gebirgsjäger shooting at this one for basically free. As you see the Gebirgssturmpeine now moving up to deal with this. UUU not wanting to get caught in another flamer fight. Didn't go too well for him, though he did manage to take this hill and kill his units off. So he's going to be backing off to this side of the hill. Gebirgsfusilier does fire. Another 65 coming in. I'm surprised we don't see this LG42 moving forward. It does have the range to just completely annihilate all this. As the first Marauder comes in. And the first Marauder is going to be used on a single Gebirgsführer. Is this necessary? Like, this is just going to go down anyway. You're going to pin down half your troops with this. But yeah, Marauder comes in, and Marauder comes out. Yeah, LG42 gets the kill on the 65mm there. 50mm has been spotted to take out the SPW, but Stück M42 getting the better of that now. As this whole area now is looking very, very precarious. There are still, like, troops over here. Comandante Veracci should retreat. But as the commander, or commandeer here, not the commander itself, takes on Gebirgssturmpeiners. Not really what you like to see. Another bombashing unit come in for that. Second Marauder, though. Gonna come in for the LG42. It's 13 to 11 right now. Bombs drop. Yeah. It's really the only thing NOV has going for it is these amazing bombers. I don't quite see how UUU pulls this off, though. 14 to 10. He is pushing quite heavily in the town and has the ability to. The L6 is now definitely going to be able to push forward here. In fact, just most of this infantry here, it's not really a threat to these couple of Gebirgsjäger as long as they're supported by L6s. But I would expect to see either oh, what is it called, the Pupian, or some kind of light tank to come in and deal with that. Securing this flag up here as well. The Borchi does go down to the Gebirgsjäger and the Gebirgssturmpeine. The Führer did move up. And now, with snipers on top of the hill, well, what are you going to do? Bring in Belinda's apparently is the answer. But these Stücks can walk right up to it, right? Like, oh man. Comandante Veracci, though. Ooh, in Beretta range, so these Gebirgsjäger are just going to melt. Definitely a strong point of the Comandante Veracci with 2 Berettas at 4, well, 2 MG Berettas and 4 smaller SMG Berettas. Very, very dangerous unit there. Gebirgsstreif moving forward as this 47mm gets into position here. Not great. Another one up here. This flag does go down, so it is a 12 to 12 for the time being, as the town is relatively secured. But though 47mm does get a penetrating hit, and will go down, but now it's just gonna get deleted by MP44s. Another Beretta 20mm coming in. It looks like he's taken 2 20mm cards in A. I hesitate to say that that will be enough to deal with Marauders. LG42 coming in here to influence this flag. Or rather said the Gebirgsjäger will influence the flag. The LG42 will provide covering support for that. as another M42 also comes in. 2 of these. Those will be able to deal with these L6s, no problem. If they do get in range. Do have to be careful of the 47mm. Does have the penetration for it. This flag does go in control of Khers for now. You definitely on the back foot. These Blindas likely gonna sneak around. But as long as that Aufklar is there, like, what are you gonna do, right? This flag also goes down, 15-9 scene for the first time, due to these 2 flags here, and then this one here, trading off for the ones in the town that were lost. But it's not looking too good. Blindas, ooh. They're trying to take on the Aufklar, but there's no AA down here, and like just taking the bad position on the hill here as the 50mm tries to deal with his M42. Does get the gun jam, so it's not going to have any returning fire, but the Veltro is going to strafe it. Surprised we don't see a fighter coming out or something to help deal with that. It does go down, so now the Blindas do have a little bit of free range to try and kill that Aufklärer, but there's a Gebirgsführer here, and as the Gebirgsführer does get into this yellow cover, it'll just annihilate the Blindas with the Panzerschreck there. Multiple Gebirgsführer coming up to deal with these. Not sure if it can, though, just because the 100-meter range. The Kavadevidachi is just so incredible, and the Bombashi not bad either. But Stug up here doing its job. Has managed to secure a foothold on this position, but another Stug is coming in. As we see another 20mm as well. 2 Mabashi going to be moving their way forward. But fake MP40s versus actual MP40s. And actual MP40s that should be at 2 vet. Right? Like, I suppose you could sneak around into this green cover without getting spotted by the Gebirgsstreif. But yeah, very much danger. Oop. Is this gonna go down? UUU doesn't see it. Oh, it doesn't get spotted, and it's forced to reacquire here, but does get shot for now. Veltro flying pretty close over this 20mm. I don't think it would go down, though. The work that it's done, though, has been just invaluable. Another Gebirgsjäger coming in. Now that the Bombashi are in the green cover here, I do believe we'll see the mini HE shells get the better of it. Yeah. No problem there. This flag goes back 14-10 again, but slowly these Stugs are kind of forcing their way back into the city. 47mm actually gonna get line of sight on the Gebirgsjäger instead of the intended target, the Stug, so not very good for that. Marauder coming in. Kavadevidachi gets the kill on that. Marauder deletes the Stug. Forces the Gebirgsjäger here to unload. Oh man. But he's getting shot up by quite a bit of 20mm fire as well. Not what you'd like to see. Well, basically gonna cross the open ground here. Ooh, just sneak by the Gebirgsführer. And if they can get that other Gebirgsstreif, they might actually be able to clear this out, but as it stands, as the first off-map comes in, now into Phase B, this is very dangerous, right? Because this is the only position here that UUU has actually done quite well in. And if this all falls, like, that'll be just nasty, because he's not only on the back foot here, but also on the back foot everywhere else. The 50mm has to sneak forward and try to deal with this M42, and just can't. These units do not have the AT for it. Marauder coming in, though, trying to deal with that. There's still Gebirgsführer here, using its sniper rifle to great effect. Bombashi and Kavadevidachi. Kavadevidachi reloading. And all this infantry is going to clear the center position out nicely. Marauder gets the bombs off, and it does go down. The Stug M42 there. But the Gebirgsführer is still providing covering fire, but it might just be enough to put UUU back on this hill, which is exactly what he needs right now. But in comes a Stug, so we see the counter coming in right away. Not great for UUU. Two more 65mm here, actually. Going to try to be dealing with this MG, I would wager. Or, from the looks of things, just the Gebirgs facility for now. Borchi are going to force the Gebirgsführer to fall back, because these do good damage. Yeah, do manage to kill that. Or should, rather. More Gebuxiga coming in. Videdachi and the Bombashi do finish off another Gebuxiga. Another MG42 here. As the Borchi get their shots on target to the Gebux Fusilier. Oh, gotta be careful here. Yeah, that does go down. Now, an MG is targeted with a 20 mil. That is far enough away, though, that it's not going to die right away. And the Bombashi don't have any type of MG to help deal with that. Sniper coming in the absolutely terrible tricycle. Stug up here. If this 50 mil is a little bit closer, might be able to get APCR shots on it, but it is not, as the Pac 40 comes in to help deal with that. Another 20 millimeter as well. We see the first what's it called? Marauder bomber in the Venturi here. Does take a lot of damage from that 20 mil, or, well, quite a bit of suppression, if not damage. Or, I said, it wouldn't have been damaged a couple patches ago, but it's actually got to be careful now. Another Ventura coming in. The off-map did go down here, and does secure these two flags for Khers, so 15-9 again. Stug is firing. The Pac 40, though, is in range now. Ventura drops his bombs again as the off-map comes down here. With the off-map going down, excellent micro from UUUU, I would say, but with the off-map going down, and actually 3-star Gebuxiga? He must have taken 2-star Gebuxiga, and the Veltro gets the kill on the bomber there. Just have to be a little bit careful, though. But yeah, with both these flags now. And that actually looked like it was a barrage, which just would have been the perfect thing. Alright, deny the enemy able to get reinforcements. One of these 65 mils did go down, like did the LG-42. Another bomber's going to have to come in and deal with that, right? Stuttgart did go down to the south, another one coming in. And there's 3 Gebux Fusiliers. Oh, man. Come in to help shoot at those Borchi. If they get in range of that Pac 40, it's just going to melt. Like, what are you supposed to do against that? The answer, likely, is bomb it. But you can only bring in so many bombers, right? Something shooting at the LG-42, or was. Looks like the MG-42 is being microed in and out, forcing the LG-42 to reacquire. Wow, that is some excellent micro there. We can see why UUUU was facing up against Gonzo, but can his micro save him versus Khers in this match? Oh, man. Here's how Birdie can still win. Yeah, kind of just, here's how UUUU can still win. He can bring in more bombers, right? But this is almost in the position that I would say, like, you need an off-map. And, Nov does not get any off-map. Baltimore coming in, the second type of bomber here, coming in for those Gebux Fusiliers. They are somewhat spread apart now, though, so a little bit late for that, as there are plenty of 20 mils. Like, if you do get enough 20 mils in, they might not, like, stop the Baltimore from push it forward, but they will kill it eventually, right? And the big important thing, and I always reiterate this, is as long as you've got AA out, the planes, they take longer to reload, right? Because they got to repair first. As we see another barrage off map coming in. Oh, man. That's just sad. There's so many Gebuxiga here as well. A lot of these 2-star. Oh, man. Borchi gets pinned down. The 20 mil Beretta is actually used as close air support here against the Kavadevidachi not falling back correctly. Sometimes a bug that happens in buildings and stuff like that. As the 170 mil is being used to great effect. 2 Borchi trying to take on Gebux Fusiliers. At that kind of a range, I wouldn't expect that to go very well. Gebux Fusilier also having moved forward. 2 more Kavadevidachi coming in to help this position, though. As another Marauder comes in. Well, can the Marauders act like off-map? Big question. Not if they're being used in that kind of a way, but it's a bit hard to say what you can really do against this, as these 4 Beretta auto cars get the crit on the Marauder. It's 7-17, folks. The Fusiliers are cleaning up this position. Khers needs one more flag to get the 18-6. And we do see MGs coming up here. Is that Marauder actually going to go down? There's 4 20 mils firing at it. Doesn't look like it. What are these? These aren't the Saraks, right? Oh man, you used brought in the Berettas. Oh, that's hilarious. They're terrible. They're terrible because it's hard to view this on this model, but they're not belt fed. They're like strip fled almost. I'm pretty sure. And with the strips, like the old French MGs, it comes with a very terrible rate of fire because you're constantly reloading the damn thing. 100 shots, reload. 100 shots, reload. An MG can fire bursts for 400 rounds before needing to reload. Lots of units coming in now. It is the end of Phase B. I want to allude to a game that I casted earlier, but the game's not out yet. Can we see a comeback? As it almost gets the kill in the pack here again. There's just like a flood of Borchi coming in, but there's so many support units here, right? There's multiple Gebirgsfusiliers, there's LG-42s, there's a Marauder coming in. It's not even going to get on target. Is it? Oh, it does. Oh, jeez. The 4 flags down here not being enough to deal with that. I think Khers must have brought out every single shot with that. Lots of snipers coming in. Marauder did get the kill there, even with the suppression, but like now the flank of this town is being taken out. There's a Pack 40 coming in, but it's got to be careful, even if it deals with that Stug M42. And that's funny. A game with Gonzo recently, which I did think came out. Gonzo used this northern position very effectively to bring a Panther out here and control this engagement. In this engagement specifically, excuse me for the hiccups, the M42 is doing the job of a Panther just as good. This flag also being taken. David actually in a relatively good position here, though, to just absolutely delete stuff. As long as that Gebirgsfusilier doesn't get too involved. I'm actually firing at the wrong unit from the looks of things. But yeah, another bomber coming in. This one didn't drop its bombs. The flex preventing being too much for that. 4 minutes left. As now there's, Gebirgsführer and the MG42s are going to pin that down before he gets a chance. And with the MG42s providing the DPS, the Gebirgsführer providing the pin down. Oh man, 18-6. It's just gotten worse. Oh, look, there's even more flags. MG42s, Gebirgsfusiliers. Actually, there's no more AT here. Oh, please, you. Come on. Push them up. Push them up. Do it. Just speed 5. Ignore everything and just crush SPWs. You've got to have a couple more left, right? A couple of light tanks. Oh, I would pay so much money to see this game turn around. But no, it's not going to happen. Jeez, hiccups. Professional caster. Everything in the town is melted for this investment in the south here, but I'm not sure what you were expecting, really. More troops to be vested down south. Theoretically, the S-35 is impenetrable to these flags, but even on 80 mil or on 80 points of income, you can probably afford a counter to this, right? L6s and the S-35 are doing their best. This might actually get pinned down and forced to fall back. That'd be kind of funny. The L6 actually doing the damage for it. Snipers are advancing. 45 seconds on the clock. I don't see the flags. Alright. Terry coming in. David actually could theoretically secure that. And also theoretically secure this, but everything retreating here. It's 4-20 now. The town having completely collapsed. Wow. Good game to Khers. UUUU. Why did you pick an OV? Why did this game have to happen? Oh man. It might have been fun if Khers had picked a meme division as well. If I can think of a meme division now, is that another 20 mil kills all these units here. But he didn't, right? Like, he picked a very strong division, particularly a very strong division against NOV, having comparable infantry strength and just a lot better combined arms, right? Like actual tanks, actual AT, actual artillery, though we didn't see any artillery this game. The off map, right? So, 2,135 kills to 2,365. A major defeat there. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yeah. NOV on this map with this matchup, it's just painful, right? This isn't the map for NOV. If this was like Cell, I could understand that at least, right? That wouldn't be the worst pick in the world. That's in fact the map that you deleted me on, right? I was playing some kind of Panzer division. So UUU has practiced its division, but on Shadrin, Shadrin, really, this is nuts. It's just nuts. It's a nutty game. It's a nutty pick. UUU, you're a very good player. I doubt he watches my videos, but he's a very good player, and he just does this to try and prove to everyone that he's bad. God darn it. Well, I don't think there's a game 2, but I can ask. This might have just been a tie break. Which also might have explained the memes here. If this was a tie-break game, it's not necessarily for anything, right? Like, if they're both in the playoffs. UUU is waiting for Khers. Okay, let's go see if I can pull up the Division 1 thingamajigger. Wow, there's a lot of messages. Division 1. Oh. There we go. I figured it out. Standing. So we got UUU having won none, lost one, and tied none so far. Khers and UUU losing against Gonzo. And then he's also got to face Schotter eventually. So, that's 1 point for Khers. Probably a bit hard to see on this. But, oh man. What a match. Yeah, that's definitely not a tiebreaker then. So, UUU is still on the line here. He needs almost a tie and then a win, I think. But then you would have to face a tiebreaker again against Khers, right? Because even if he won against Schotter and tied with Khers, that would put Khers and UUU at equal scores. And so they'd have to face off against each other again in a tiebreaker to see who advances. Wow. Interesting stage, though. No, that's not updated yet. And I'm not certain we're going to get a game 2. You still waiting. I don't know how I am supposed to entertain you guys if we are just doing this, so... Well, any ideas? Should I just quick play a game? Take out a meme or something? Maybe I should go play with Nov. Wouldn't that be funny? Just while we wait for UUU to... Or rather said, wait for Khers to respond to UUU so I know whether or not I can end this stream or not. Oh, man. It's funny how that happens. Does Nav count as a Mediterranean? No. Why is it an Eastern Front division? Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, they're doing the picks and bans. All right, cool. No worries there, Khers. Thanks for the check-in. If one of you could give me the picks and bans, that would actually be amazing. If UUU goes Nav again, I swear to God. If Khers, if you're still watching, can you please ban NOV? take UUU's bloody meme away from him. I don't care if you leave open something like 17SS. That would be a more interesting game than watching UUU flail against Kabuxiga, in my opinion. Right. Some matchups are just pure pain. Oh, man. It's like running a bunch of SBWs into a division that focuses on excellent AT rifles or something, right? Ay. So it'd probably be more interesting with the face cam, but I am not ready for that kind of streaming career yet. Yeah, the only good thing about Nav really is the Marauders there. Air. Oh. Oh. I don't know if it doesn't even get any air of its own. Oh, man. I guess we'll have to go to the battle group for that. Yug. The Marauders. These things are amazing. 2 and A. Fairly good. Yeah, thank you, CK530, for the great tip on how to use the armory. I didn't actually know that. But yeah, beautiful plane. Thumper 2. Neat thing. I do love what Eugen has done with the models. Some of these models are like ridiculously well modeled. But let's see here. I also wanted to take a look at these. The Beretta M37. Huh. Standard heavy machine gun for the Italian army. I'm just trying to look here. Is this really a... I'm pretty sure it is with this clip-fed magazine here. But... yeah. 20... oh, man. That's terrifying. 20 round trays of cartridges. So it's not even like 100 rounds like the French gun has, right? The French World War I medium machine gun. But it's a 20 round clip. So... like, sure, it doesn't have great rate of fire either, being like in the lower 300s. It's like almost like the rate of fire of a 50 cal. Whoop, 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 whoop. So you can almost see the bullets leaving the fucking chamber as the whole bolt slams back. But this thing is empty in like 5 seconds, not even, right? 291 rounds per minute. Divide that by 20 or something, do the math. What a terrible machine gun. I suppose there's no other real option, being that the MG42s only come in with one phase. But, or with one card, but at that point, I'd almost take like the L35 over these terrible, terrible 1,000 meter machine guns. Oh, man. And they come with 5,000 rounds. Imagine how many 20 round clips that is for 5,000 rounds. That's like an entire Jeep full of it. Oh, man. I actually have access to a lot of weapons that are found in SD2, so let me know if any of you would be interested in like a almost forgotten weapons style video of the guns of SD2. I'll pull out all sorts of fancy stuff, but no. Oh. Very interested to see the intricacies of some of these, but while we're on the topic of random firearms trivia, there's something that was annoying me recently. Hungarian. These are K98s in the model. Those are not Mannlicher 95s. You can tell because the Mannlicher 95 is a straight pull rifle. This bolt is modeled wrong. This is just the K98 model, right? You can even see it with the hole in the butt plate. That's not something that the Mannlicher has, I don't think, for the cleaning rod there. And then the Feg 43, I believe. Oh, this is also just the K98 model. What was the one? Oh, it might have been in the... No, what's it called? The other one. The other Hungarian division. Don't steal my Tartalik deck, anyone. There we go. The Feg 31M. This is just a Mannlicher, right? This is a conversion of the Mannlicher. This is a G43. What the hell is this? My God. Friggin' terrible. Also, these soul turns, I think, that might actually be a correct model. Not too sure about that. The Danuvas look fine. But these rifles do not. Ah. Some of these models, like, they're so beautiful, right? For a game that you normally view at, like, from a kilometer up in the sky, microing the hell. For each unit to even have, you know, like, facial expressions almost is a blessing. But G43s, why? Oh, man. I think there was something similar, actually, in NOV in particular. Set that to Maverick and... Oh, no, these are new models. Huh. Well, now we know why the division took so long to make. These look like Carcanos as well. You tell me, for a division, right, multiple divisions that came out with like a full-fledged DLC, Eugen spent more effort modeling the bloody Carcano. Oh, man. Pogo Dancer. What the hell is Pogo Dancer? Flicks. I don't know what that is. I'm clearly not entertaining anyone, though, with that. Bands of Picks still happening. Oh, Pog Dancer. Oh, no. Let's go check. The Borchi. Come on. Damn. We'll be sitting here a while longer, so I wonder if I can just search up copyright-free elevator music. Oh, perfect. This is the terrible one that every single freaking YouTuber uses. I hope that's coming across. I need some water. I'll be back. Sit tight. Okay. Bands and picks. This time you actually picked seriously. Okay, go away. Stupid elevator music. Nobody likes elevator music. My God, though. That's happened at, like, every single, I swear to God, every single time there's waiting music, it's that bloody song. No wonder. It's the first thing that shows up when you type copyright-free elevator music in the stupid thing. But bands and picks should be just about done here. So sit with me for just a while longer, if you can bear it. Okay, so Khers has banned. Actually, I'm just gonna freaking copy, and then I gotta open up the thingamajigger, and then we drag it over here. Okay, so these are the bands and picks. So for Khers, first Polish, second US, Lovas, Quattro U bands, 11th SS, Rima, 44th. Khers bands, 97th VDV and DFL. And 5th Quebec's 28th and Tesser's 45. This leaves open quite a few divisions, like 17th SS, which, a little bit of a spoiler here, UUU has picked 17th SS. Oh boy. I wonder what Khers is going to counterpick. Or if he even gets the counterpick. Maybe 17th SS was the counterpick to something like 26 Guards, which I believe was also open. The other one that's open, oh no, second Indian Head, or no, second US is banned. Well, yeah. A UUUU turn. A U-turn. Can UUU come back to hopefully tie it up then in Game 3? He's going to need to win Game 3 outright and then win another tiebreaker against Khers. You know, it'd be really funny to see Foxes trading again. Oh man. I just wonder what map they're on. Four. What does 4 mean? Fourth Fallschirm, probably. Yeah, fourth Fallschirmjäger. So 17th SS versus fourth Fallschirmjäger. That's gonna be very interesting. Quite honestly, 17th SS is likely going to just, well, they do have the large Beretta squads, but I would still almost give the slight edge to 17th SS. just because if you bring in flamers in 4th Fallschirmjäger, you're screwing something up. Why don't we go take a look at some battle groups here. Axis, Germany. What's an actual 4th Fallschirm Maverick deck? Here we go. Oh, this was a weird one. Relying on Paracadisty here. Like, the Fallschirm Stoß Pioneer are just garbage, right? If you pair them with a Parade Assalto, that's not bad, right? They do have, like, the Flamer, but you only get a couple of them. I suppose you only get a couple of Parade Assalto as well. And then the Guastatori Para isn't very good either. So, versus the 17th SS's SS Legionaries with the Quad Beretta, I think, and the Molotov, these will get absolutely thrashed, and you get 2 cards of that. So, other than that, you got the 30-point Fallschirm Pioneer, which is never going to be able to really hit TNT either. You do get a couple of Fallschirm Flammenwerfers that could potentially help you. Or 45mm mortars. But, yeah. Definitely a very strong deck. Bowser thrashed me with it. Bit of a meme there. And it's got a lot of, like, great and terrible / terrifying tools that you can bring out. The AS-42 also being just an absolute pain to deal with. Because it is armored, you can't just bring it to the front and it'll act as a 20mm. It doesn't have a lot of armor, right? Like, you breathe on it wrong and it dies. But unlike something like the Cosmolets, it also has armor on the side, so MGs just can't kill it. And then you just die to a 20mm, right? You need at least an ATR, and 17th SS does not get any. 17th SS Normandy? It is, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so 17th SS, of course, known for not only cheap Panzer Grenadiers being disheartened, and MG34s, which isn't great, but they are only 25 points, which puts them at the same like rate as a DP squad, double DP, stroke EDP or something like that, but with better MGs. Right? They are disheartened, so they do fall back, which is quite annoying. But you do have regular Panzer Grenadiers with MG42 that you can bring in if you want to. Actual Sturmpions, but you really don't need it with these excellent SS Legionaries. Beretta, rifles, Panzerfaust if you need it, Molotovs. Great in towns, great in forests, great unit, just a little not healthy. So if you do get a TNT off, they do just explode. I wonder how he's going to deal with the heavier tanks. I would expect to see lots of Martyrs. Alright, 4th Fallschirm, Panthers, Tigers. These will do fine versus them. Especially if you get like 2 of these on a Panther or a Tiger with an APCR range. That'll kill it, no problem. They just have the rate of fire for it, especially if you up at them. Alright, B phase, 1 star, 9 rate of fire. Tiger has only like 5 at 1 star. So, excellent unit there. Plus the Krupp 88mm. So, I hesitate to say that we'll actually see this unit because it's all map dependent. Yeah. Definitely a meme of a unit, but this is a Pack 43 with 10 rounds per minute for whatever reason. I actually love this unit. It's great, but it's almost very situational, right? It's expensive, it's large, you can still 2k HE it like every other anti-tank gun. That's 2k. And first Fallschirm does get excellent Sturmpanzers versus something like a Krupp. It still has to be careful, but like, oh, what am I trying to say here? If you fire position right in front of the AT gun, it's not going to matter, right? The AT gun can either then move forward into the fire position order to try and take shots at your Sturmpanzer, but the armor of the Sturmpanzer isn't really going to matter, which basically just makes it an expensive guerrilla at that point. In Force Fallschirm, though, You got a lot more to worry about than just that. Particularly if you're trying to rely on these Volksdeutsche, which, because you don't get any Panzergrenadiers, Panzerfaust, you generally kind of have to bring these. Well, maybe not have to, but it's generally a good idea to bring these. But because they're disheartened, right, they get pinned down faster. And because they get pinned down faster, that makes them particularly bad at dealing with unicorn units like Stravniki or Fallschirmjäger, right? Hopefully, though, at this level, both players are good enough that Fallschirmjäger are kind of just a meme, right? Just blast a Nadelwaffe on it. Oh, man. I also want to see a game with these French 152mm howitzers. I don't think they're fundamentally any different, though. Oh, wow. They're actually terrible. What the hell? Did they buff the SF-18 sometime? 5 rounds per minute? I thought I had 3. Huh. Interesting. But, really, it's the Nadelwaffes that we're gonna see likely become an issue for Khers. 231, 233, and 222s. No shortage of autocars either, which could potentially be the saving grace here for UUU, the autocars. Because going back to Fort Fallschirm. They don't really have a lot to deal with it. They do get pencil strikes. They do get these, ooh. You know what? This would be the perfect unit to take against the autocars. They have enough to survive 20 mils. And they've got 20 rounds per minute. This is a 47mm on steroids. I actually had a great game in, I think it was a monthly. Who was I facing? It must have been Flix, right? The map. Ooh, what's the map? Good question. But it must have been Flix, and I took these in Alpini, and these did a number on BT7s. It was actually hilarious to watch. This is Orsha North. I don't have a good way to visualize Orsha North, otherwise we'd go take a look at it. I suppose I could do it. And he's actually playing 4th Fallschirmjäger Vanguard. Oh no. 4th Fallschirmjäger Vanguard? Your units are so expensive. How are you gonna, like, go Vanguard when your units are that expensive? What is he planning? Would he go Artie? Potentially radio mortar spam? Those foxes like Vanguard? Vanguard's not a bad pick, I think. Like I've had success with it as well, particularly versus Luna or something. But yeah. Then yeah, Flick's talking about how my 37mm meme cars completely thrashed everything that he had. That was a fun game. I should go back and find that and cast it just for lulz. But I don't think it was very long, so maybe it wouldn't make great casting material. Maybe if I just had a time on a Friday or something working. But I don't even have a 4th Fallschirmjäger Vanguard deck to show. How would that look like? Oh, man. Well, let's go check if they're running. Not yet. Oops. UUU is chastising me for believing in him. I should probably not threaten UUU with stabbing if he loses. Funny. No, what was I looking at for Fallschirmjäger? Now let's just create a 4th Fallschirm Vanguard deck. What would that look like? Right? What do you got to bring out? You got the AS-42s, you got the AB-43s. I guess you could bring in, like, Scharfschützen, but these are kind of expensive units for, like, a 3-man sniper team. The other thing you could do is Paraspiratori, but they don't come in very high availability. The mini Beretta squads there. I would expect that. Potentially dual Fallschirmjäger. This is just the objectively superior commander, and anyone who says otherwise is bad. Yeah, what do you bring? More paratroopers? I guess you need some CQC in B. Like Fallschirm Pioneers? This used to be really good, taking double star Fallschirm Pioneers in A. They almost acted like big light grenadiers at that point, but they took away their beautiful G43s, and now they're just 30 points of trash. Maybe something like that for tanks. It is Ursha North, though. I don't know how much like you're gonna need tanks, really. LG40s. Definitely flamethrowers for Ursha North. Might even consider taking 2 cards of these, really. Definitely for auto cars, the 47mm. Potentially even this thing. Pack 40s, yes. And then either Panzerschrecks or another B-phase Pack 40, I would say. Anti-air. These are great. Maybe the 88s. Yeah, that should stop any air spam. Artillery. I wonder if you could, like, bring in 2 cards. Not in multi-munitions, but 2 cards of Milzas, right? These are almost like Milzas, the K-18. They're just, 30mm off. They act almost like a Milza. Great recon planes, high availability. I like my big bombers. But actually, you've got, I don't know, these are bad resilience. Why is this Feltro so low availability compared to all the others? Yeah, I'm not sure there. Well, I'm missing infantry, right? That's kind of important. What would I even take? Like 2 more cards. This? Kind of go like that? That's not looking like a good infantry tab. That's not enough in A. Maybe something like that. That looks a bit better for Vanguard. And then card of a Scharfschützen. I wonder how close I got. I must not take any 2K. This is just a bad deck. Oh my god. There we go. Perfect. It's ideal. No. Oh man. Yeah, like that would be kind of funny to see, like triple card of 2-star Fallschirmjäger. But if you use smart, he's gonna pick the engagement, right? And he's gonna fight not in like towns. He's gonna try and fight as much as possible in green cover, where the SS Legionary just have a massive advantage, even on Fallschirmjäger, right? Because despite the 2 DPS here, 2 DPS is not actually great for a 10-man squad. The automatic rifles help, but really it's the MG34s that take these from like bad to all right at 40 points. I don't want to say that they're like too expensive at 40 points because they were kind of disgusting at 35, but kind of really hard to justify taking now. So yeah, I would expect Paracadus DNA instead. Yeah. Funnily enough, the Fascio Pioneer now have the exact same DPS as the Fascio Miega in light cover. Okay, well, game has started, and I got distracted by my terrible deck building. Come on. Spectate. They're in deployment already. I've missed, like, no seconds of waiting. New. Okay, well, this shouldn't be too bad. Now we get to fast forward through the deployment. Yep, and now we're live. So they're still deploying. Good, I didn't miss too much. Ah, Lucky took the meme cards. I'm so happy. Oh. I hate how they're white in this form. The Italian meme cards. That'll stop the auto cars. Oh, that's funny. Fascio Pioneer 1-star. Paradise also 2-star. Yeah, 2-star Fascio Miega as well. Percadusti. This is actually kind of looking like my deck. The only thing different I spot right now is the M43 here. That's funny. We only took a brief look at 17th SS, but SPWs feel are coming into the traction. Okay. Pack 38, MG42, Legionaries. And then, yeah, we'll have to wait for the players to kind of deploy further. But yeah, game 2, UUU versus Khers. Let me go. Oh, you know what? I didn't even ping. No wonder. Stream announcement. Where even is the streaming channel? Streaming out. Oh, here we go. Stream notification. Forgot the ping. Okay, to now live. Perfect. So, Khers looks like he's pretty much done deploying. So, the Stug L6 here with the 47mm. MG42, Perdasalto, Fascio Pioneer. Another L6 here. 2-star Fascio Miega, 2-star Perdasalto. Fascio Pioneer AS42 and an MG42. Scharfschütze, 2 MG42s, and a Stug. Big fan of double-starred MG42s from the looks of things. I don't usually like doing that, but to each their own, I suppose. Fascio Pencilstrike, 2-star Fascio Miega, Percadusti, Perdasalto, Stug L6, SPW, AS42, and Scharfschütze. No leader so far. And then for UUU, we've got a Martyr 3, Pioneer Führer, the Traction, SS Legionary, Volksdeutsche, and a Panzergrenadier, Volksdeutsche, IG-33, 2 SPW-233s, and 2 MG-42s. Only one vet there. SS Legionary, another MG-42, Panzergrenadier, Pack 38, and another 233, 231, Panzergrenadier, and Pioneers. So really this very interesting matchup here. And it might come down to a lot to micro. Can Khers take advantage of that A-phase income enough to push himself into a victorious position? Interesting, though, to see no flamers. Like sure, 17th SS no longer gets their flamers and tractions, but you can still put flamers at the edge of this town and then over here, and then your support guns will help deal with anything that they come across, right? Especially if you were putting this many support guns in here. I guess you got Volksdeutsche coming in, but versus Aperito Salto. Yeah, they're not going to stand a chance in close range. Pioneer Führer deploying. Martyr 3 is also moving up here. What is this? Okay. Just queuing up orders here. 233. Ooh, gets the snipe on the AB-43. Might get another hit here. Oh, it's just firing at the Scharfschütze as these units bypass it. MG-42, though, gonna make everything unload. And is not gonna fall back. 233, the Martyr coming in here now. Stug making its way up top here with the 105. the IG-33 does also deploy. Bit of a quiet deployment. Flak 36 coming in. Being very cognizant that first you got to survive A phase, so it's a good thing to call in your AA early. MG42 being shredded here by the SPW-233, but these 233s actually in a good position here. There doesn't seem to be much AT here besides this Stug 105. And the Martyr might actually help deal with that. Actually firing indirectly here. As the 233s are now going to get on target on the MG42. They're not cheap here, but fat HE damage. Wow. Two of these things will sometimes like 1v1, or well, 2v1 in a T-gun, which is just amazing. Martyr 3 getting the kill on the Stug L6 there. Oop, what? Meme car. Martyr down. Good kill there, right? Against things like Tigers and stuff, the Martyrs do great. But against the Stug L6, like, you only need a 47mm to really take things out. So I would be interested in seeing these SP233s kind of rush forward over here and take pot shots at this L6 to enable this one to also come in and take a side shot at it, but not going to happen now. SS Legionary versus Farid Assalto. They're within the 150 meter range, so they are fighting, but not within Molotov range. So actually the SS Legionary going to lose out on that, particularly versus 2-star. Molotov is out. Is microed. Farid Assalto goes down, and Micro saves the day. Oop! Oh, he's just firing at the Grenadier. Okay. False alarm as the Stug L6. Look at how quickly that fires. Pop. Pop. Like, despite the fact that it's only a 47mm, it barely pins down. Like, that is a nutty rate of fire. All quiet on the southern front for now. Pair Commando and Farid Assalto coming in, though. Help shore that up. 2-star Fallschirmjäger. Oh, man. It's nasty. Just nasty. SS Legionary coming in, though. If that gets within range of that Fallschirmjäger, it'll be pretty bad. As the Tiger is now taking shots at the auto cars here. Pack moving forward. Trying to get eyes on that L6, no doubt. As this L6 forces the Pioneer to fall back. Paracadusti also going to try and retake this flag, and we'll probably be able to get it as long as that IG doesn't completely annihilate it, which it just might, but no AT up here, so Stug 4 coming in. That'll be able to deal with the L6, no problem. 233 goes down to the Tiger. Important kill there. The 233 definitely helping to dislodge some of these units, but looks like he did a fine job on his own with the SS Legionary and the Pioneer, forcing the Fallschirmjäger to fall back here. This he managed to get it in the blind spot of the building, but Volksdeutsche now shooting at it from long range. Not quite what you want to see. 47mm gets a crit here, and the Martyr goes down right away. Yeah, that's the danger of taking a Martyr when you've got a Stug L6. What a great unit. I love these things, but there's almost never a chance to use them, right? So nice to see them being used here, though. Fallschirmjäger coming forward against the Volksdeutsche. The MG is actually being used against the thing, but the FG-42 is definitely bringing the benefit here in the medium range. Oop. IG-33 position firing. Gonna help deal with that Fallschirmjäger. Oh, is this gonna be accurate? Like... Oh, it is. Okay, so a couple shots of that. And that'll go down. 11 to 13 now. Another Martyr coming in. This is not the call for Stug L6s. Sorry to say, like, those Stugs are just immutably disgusting versus Martyrs because they're so cheap. The Stug L6 did go down here, and another Martyr coming in as well. The town thoroughly secured. Flak 36 forcing off the Focke-Wulf. These only being the bad resilience ones, and that's not really going to cut it. However, Panzer Grenadier and Volksdeutsche, this does mean like 4 machine guns here are firing, and the Fallschirm Pioneer, sorry, are actually focusing on the things down here, as he calls it a bunch of auto cars. They'll have to get kind of lucky and double team these L6s, but this L6 is also coveted to block off the reinforcement road, so we'll have to see how that develops. What's it gonna do? Make its way here now. The Stug is in position almost to help deal with that, but Parakadusti is securing this flag. It is at 13 to 11. Stug L6 moving forward. This flag is also likely going to go down. The SS Legionary forced to fall back here. L6 firing again, so is the MG42. Foxtrot versus Parakadusti. I don't like it. Not only is this disheartened, even with the man disparity, but the MGs can't fire where the Parakadusti definitely can, and that they have Berettas. So, a lot of people say that they don't like the Parakadusti, but I built a 4th Fallschirmjäger deck with basically just Parakadusti. I called it like Italian Fallschirmjäger or something, and it was fine, I would say. These do fine as an infantry. You just can't expect them to engage Panzer Grenadiers. As something goes down, ooh, and the SPWs did get the better of the L6 here. Multiple Panzer Grenadiers coming in. Theoretically speaking, the 233 should have the penetration on the Stug L6, but it's just barely. Uh-oh. Gets one shot. Ooh. Gets the second shot. That's funny. Come on, are you gonna get the shot now? No, it did just snipe the transport here. Never underestimate the power of a 47mm with 20 rounds per minute. Oh, man. Very sneaky use of the IG here to kill off these Fallschirm pioneers here as the Paris to Assault moves forward. 42mm Gallic coming in. They actually went down. The Volksdeutsche went down directly over here. And, yeah, 15-9 now. That's exactly what Khers wanted. He's bullied his way back into this town now. SPWs here still doing good damage. Like, I would hesitate to say that UU has been trading badly, but the flags are definitely in favor of Khers right now. And with the Stug L6 still providing fire support, and now there's a Gallic over here, right? Like, even if the Stug comes in, that Gallic is going to be able to kill it. So you have to delete all this infantry here first and engage the Gallic with infantry before you can hope to bring the Stug in, but you might not know that. The autocardos go down though, or the 47mm car. Volksdeutsche firing at the Fallschirm Pioneer, multiple Parakadusti and the Paracommander coming in. There's a Pioneer here that will hopefully prevent some of this. If it's not, if Khers is unlucky, that Paracommando is going to run straight into a what's it called? Yeah, neg up for Khers as well. The important devices for UUU do only come in phase B, really. Predator Assault moving forward. So that is one dead Grenadier. Blap. Lots of forces. This Maverick or this Vanguard seems to be paying off for now. SPW almost out of HE shells. There seems to be a push materializing up here as well versus a couple of troops. Pioneer did find the Paracommando, but not much you can do against that. SS Legionary actually going to find these Parakadusti in the open. And, wow, just the power of Berettas, right? The 1 health SS Legionary managing to kill off the Parakadusti there. So, Stug kills the 72 there. There's a Gallic here. All the Gallic has to do is move forward just a little bit. And the Stug is in a lot of danger. There's a 233 here, so maybe not that much danger. Ooh, 231 might spot the Fallschirm Pioneer as it's coming across, but maybe not quite in position for that. No, he's going to get a shot on, but microed away. And unknown if you actually saw that. Fallschirmjäger deleting transports is always funny, but the spam of Volksdeutsche now as we enter into phase B Panzer Grenadier moving forward. IG-33, ooh, is actually getting... Or no, the Stug here is firing at the Panzer Grenadier. No error yet. I would expect almost to see a Nebenwerfer in fairly soon, as we see a push in the north here. Also, the 2-star with the third para there, doing a lot better against the TNT than the low health Panzer Grenadier. Stug here, ooh, does look like it sees the M43. Does get a penetrating hit though, but that's going to fall back right away. Wow, Division 1 micro is something else. Bunch of MGs though, firing at these Volksdeutsche. It's still 15-9, which is exactly what Khers needs. But can UUU make it back with his Maverick income? Oop. Paracursi goes down. Volksdeutsche versus Fallschirmjäger as the Pioneers come in now. There's still a Paradassalto over here. But I did testing. I did some testing. At no vet, a Pioneer won versus a Paradassalto. But that was before the TNT nerf. Alright. TNT's gonna go off. And actually, it's just gonna land on a dead body there. As the 233 shoots at the gear like from long range. It is now a little bit damaged. The IG is not in position to kill it. Yeah, lots of Pioneers coming forward though, just for one Paradassalto. Martyr moving. SPW 233 actually gets on target without the Gallic being able to fire back. Tiger out in the open now. This fight goes back. It's 10-14, which is what UU needs, but this push in the north here has materialized. And it's looking kind of scary. There's multiple Inquisitori Pyre here, and they have Berettas as well. It's these SS Legionary. I'm not sure if they're gonna get anything. Hey! Hey, we do see a Pack 43 coming out. Stug 4 goes down to the Tiger. However, DMA goes down to the Paradassalto firing their heat shell. No, I don't think they would have really needed their heat shell. The AT gun did go down here to the SPW 233, so important kill there as the 231 moves forward and gets shots on that commander. The SS Legionary just have to move forward just a tiny bit. And these folks are actually moving quite far forward. Another Gallic coming in. There goes the Panzerfaust, there goes the AB-43. Gets control of this flag for now. It is 11-13. SS Legionaries versus Inquisitori Paras. There are, again, in Beretta range, but not in Molotov range, so these aren't forced to move or anything. SP-43 is going to get the better of a unit there. The Stug also went down to something? The Panther, likely. Oh man, yeah. Another unit goes down. SS Legionary doesn't load, but the SP-43 is being very annoying. As the pack here desperately tries to penetrate a Tiger. These two flags now in the hands of Khers, but this town slowly falling as well. Paradassalto being forced up by that JU-88, but the JU-88 goes down for it. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Stug moving forward is going to like relatively secure this position. The AT gun did go down at some point as well. And the SPW-233 should be able to help against these Fallschirm Pioneers. But bombers coming in, does get a kill on one of them. I don't think this flag is going to move back in the favor of Khers anytime soon, but it is something to be aware of. As the Fallschirmjäger in the open versus Pioneers and potentially even Volksdeutsche, not great. And now that the Panzergrenadiers are in the town here, it'll be very hard for the Paradassalto to come back. Flak 36 is going to provide fire against that Focke-Wulf for a brief moment, but the IG-33 is going to get the better of that. But it is going to be forced retreat by this Stug M43 here. Oop. Oh, it's just the mortar firing. I thought we had a bit of it for a second. But there's the Krupp gun firing its HE shells. Uh-oh, that's not what you want to see. That's going to reveal it. And then that Tiger, like, can this thing acquire and fire in time? One. Oh, it's misses. Tiger sees it and is going to back off now. SPW goes down here. Tiger definitely has to be careful, though. Even this other Tiger has to be careful. The 88mm is certainly doing a lot of damage. And there's now a lot of forces down south here for Khers, as we see another Panther coming in to counter the Stug. They don't see each other, which is weird, considering I would expect the Fallschirmschaft to be able to see that, but he's actually not positioned correctly. Flak 37 not being able to shoot against this. As the pack goes down. No, the poor pack 43. Where's the nib of Alphas? Pack 38 against the Panther. He's got a lot of units out. These Paradise Ultras did make it back into the town. They're not going to clean house. So that'll put it back on the 15-9. Whew. Stug holding fire. Or spinning around in circles from the looks of things. As the Martyr actually gets the first shot off. This Stug is also going to get a shot at the Martyr though. And the Panther actually has to be kind of careful here now. It is advanced into the range where the 130 penetration is actually like kind of be really dangerous. The Martyr went down somehow. That didn't get a second shot off, did it? But the Stug will be able to penetrate the Panther, and it is 2-star right now. So, and it just fired. So, as long as this doesn't get an alignment bug, that could be very dangerous. Flexoid, you're gonna force off this Flashman Pioneer. Pack 43 Corrupt. Ooh, that Tiger's in a bad position. It's not gonna be able to retreat before that Corrupt gun gets like 3-4 shots off, in my opinion. Panther, though, is gonna force these units back. The Flashman does survive on just 1 health there. The Flashman shot, it's an AP-41 in the back. Interesting to see. Corrupt gun, not quite positioned perfectly. And the SPW firing at the Tiger. Not going to get a hit there. This flag and this flag going into the favor of UUU for the time being, as the Tiger is forced to fall back. And the Cope gun actually on target now. Kills the Tiger off. Well done. The other Tiger also went down somehow. And this Cope gun is not coming for this Panther. Invented use of these. Looks like we are going to see a Phase C game. Flak 36 also warding off this BF-109 now. That was trying to come in for the Crypt gun, doing its good job. HS-111 also coming in here. And there's another Flak 36 up north as the Jagdpanzer comes in. There's the Jagdpanzer here as well, and the Jagdpanzer should be able to deal with this Stug M43. The problem, of course, being the Pack 40. No AA, though, on the side of Khers, and with the, well, except for this nag, but no AA in the south here on the side of Khers. And so 17th SS does get Stuka anti-tank guns, right? It does, I think it even gets like clusters if you want to take them. So this Panther is very vulnerable, and this Paradise Assault Dome and even the Pack 40 could get bombed. We haven't seen a lot of investment here for UUU on this, but ooh, the Krupp gun not getting a second shot on there. Unfortunate. Oh, no. SKF said 7-1, and Panzergedi is coming forward. The Krupp gun having to be taken with that. Ooh. Bounces. Oh, he's going to get a second shot with the Krupp gun. And Khers doesn't see it. There's the kill. There's the kill on the Panther. And I believe we saw the Tigers and the Panthers coming in. This will be his last Panther. He does have a Sturmpanzer coming in, but this range isn't like far enough to 2K like fire position. It needs to be over here. Like, because if it gets in over here, it's just got to die, right? It only has 115 armor, which is not enough to deal with German guns. Enough to deal with Russian guns, potentially. Or, like, at 2K, even with a lot of Russian guns. But, 7-1 does go down. Martyr 3 here, taking firing shots at that MG42. It's not going to acquire on that Fallschirm as well as its forced unload. Footsteps are coming into the north here. And these folks are going to advance, or try to advance into this position on the 10 again. I expect the bomber to come up in support of that, but the other one went down. Not sure if it was an A-phase bomber, but I believe it was one of the 100-kilogram bombers. It didn't look big enough to be the other one. 12-12 though, 21 minutes into the game. That's what UU is looking at, and I think he's traded well enough that he might just be able to squeak a win out of this. Panzerschreck moving forwards. Very dangerous against the Panther. There's the SB231 and the AB43 duel each other. So the slight bit more armor on the 231 might come into handy here. They also have more AP. The L55 Kampfwagen Kanone 30 here is actually a lot better than the Italian one. But those are minute details you'd never really notice. Volksdeutsche don't really want to be facing in the open, but probably thinks there's some kind of CQC here. But the Stück has to be careful. Ooh, it might just get Panzerfausted here to stop in time, though. Questatori Pyra firing at something? Facing off against the Volksdeutsche. That's not going to end well for the Questatori Pyra there. The SS Legionary do take control of this flag here as a precarious flag, but the Paracadussi is not really the type of unit that you want to be facing off against the Legionary. Finding to see this. Is this unit? Yeah, it's using the back garden rather than the house. That's why the SS Legionary can't see him. Funny, you'd think that is more than visible. But Steel Division 2, I guess not. MG42 goes down 10 to 14 now. The Panther A here avoids the Panzerschreck. Stück 4. Again, this is close range. Does take one penetrating hit. But I think the Airpanzer is also on target? No, it's not. Panther goes down. The bomber comes in. 231 forced to fall back now. Multiple MG Grenadiers coming in. That is a damaged Panther now. It's not long for the world. Still 14 to 10. This position up here probably being very hard to chase down. But wow, the Pack 43s actually coming in clutch to deal with all those heavy tanks. And now, unless Khers for some reason took a Ferdinand in his deck, yeah, Paradise Alto did get bombed the second time, but is not surrendered here, so can likely still just delete these. Wow, that was like 7 health or something, and I gotta get the grenade on the other one too. I think no, but they are firing 9. Oh, and they're reloading now. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Paradise Alto to lead another squad. But yeah, I think UUU is just quite far ahead. It would require quite the time for the 10 points here to make a difference in income. And despite the fact that this town is still fairly in the hands of Khers, with all these Questatori Pyras, there's no AT here. This SPW can just quite literally stand next to each house and kill them. Volksdeutsche going for the Fallschirmjäger there. Did briefly get on target. And the Pack 40 is actually going to get the kill on that 231, so no shenanigans there. But the Group 43 had moved forward, killed whatever was sitting over here. So I think UUU is just content with pushing everything down. Pioneers moving into this forest. The Panzerstrike not going to be happy to see that, as a flak 41 comes in quite an aggressive position here. I don't think there's quite anything to shoot at it to stop it from unloading, but that'll certainly stop any further airplay, as we see now a 16 to 8 this side going down, and the town going back in the favor of UUU, as he does realize that these units are not a threat to armored vehicles. However, single AG shell TNT can still kill, right? SS Legionary coming in, though. Together is not in position to deal with that. So these Legionaries are going to get in. They're going to clear out that Fallschirm Pioneer. I would suspect this game is over. Yeah, Panzerstrike went down. He's not bringing over this to kill the Panthers, you know. Volksdeutsche in the open. The Krupp 43 actually firing. And now all these support units are just moving forward, and it becomes very precarious to even poke your head out of the forest here. The Scharfschütze are providing good range, I think. As we switch over to Foxys, yeah, so a little bit of recon here from the Fallschirmjäger, but yeah. Certainly a lot less on the map now for Khers. Does not really have the income to come back from this. Especially with the Fallschirmjäger division, right? So Vanguard, did it pay off? I don't think so. Still 14 to 10. This flag temporarily pushing it that way, but these pioneers are out in the open. So as long as these folks start to move forward and help out, there's that fashion pioneer. This is also at the least ideal range for Fallschirmjäger, right? Where it's just barely on the edge of the 750 meter range, so the FG-42s can't get involved. Folks start to push forward and really secure that one now, as the Jagdpanzer 4 gets very close to a Pak 40. Again, no AA in the south here, is now the mortars come in. Yeah, well, I think it's a bit late for that. Jagdpanzer 4 gets the first hit. Ooh, is it gonna get the second hit? It is. Jagdpanzer 4 goes down, but oop, APCR hit. That's only like 3 damage. It's gonna need 3 more of those, so a bit of a mistake there, as the IG-33 has now spotted it and is gonna delete that from the face of the earth. Panther still doing a good job warding off all these units. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look at UUU's deck after the battle, because this is just nuts, I would say. Where's the aircraft, right? You'd think like Stuka would come in now, and we've seen like a couple of bombers, but nothing else really. 88 doing its job though. Ooh, well, not quite. Bombs do go down. Yeah. IG-33 not quite in position to shoot at this Fallschirm MG-42. Already mortars are going down to try and recover this town, but at this point of the game, I would probably be fast forwarding if we could, right? I don't think there's much for Khers Silica for here. It does get the 1410 as the unit Volksdeutsche in the forest here goes down, but he's got a card of Aufklärers and 222s, which just means more auto cars. There's not enough AT to deal with these unless you're really relying on Fallschirmjäger Panzerfaust, which is not exactly something you can do against UUU. This position is also going to get bombed out. Ju-88 S1 with the two 500 kilogram bombs coming in. I was wondering when we would see this. Nag does get good cover and fire on there, but bombs are going to drop, kill that, and now there's just a 222 in your back line, right? Veltro and Focke-Wulf trying to come in and kill that, but no such luck. That's the Pak 38. Oh man, finally a sneaky shot on this Panther. Now there's just even with the Fallschirmjäger quad MG-42s, even at Novet, are going to do the job, I would wager. But Khers not willing to give up just yet. Fallschirmjäger coming in. No further movement up north. Just too few units really to put together a push there. But it is a 15-9. All UUU has to do is wait it out. With only 9 minutes remaining, I don't think there's anything Khers can do. These mortars are not going to do anything. One of them actually having gone down. But this was such an odd 17th SS game, right? Like, it's dangerous for a reason. It has really all the tools it needs to deal with basically every division in the game. But generally, it's also known for its indirect fire support, right? The Nebenwerfers do a load of damage. Oh, there's a Gallic here. 222. Let's get the shooter kill on that. The APCR being very dangerous for that. And gotta be careful here. The Jagdpanzer is kind of in danger, but well, I've seen these Gallic 42mm kill more armor than Jagdpanzer has, so it gets a crit. Doesn't even see it. Right, this very thing happened to me with a Panther, and now Jagdpanzer 4 is a lot less health than a Panther, but yikes. 2 coming around though, gotta find the mortar, and one dead mortar. Planes coming in, trying to deal with this push here, but specifically this Jagdpanzer. But first one's ordered off. Second one gets his bombs off. And that's just not going to be enough. MG42 coming out for the center here. Multiple Fleischerjäger coming in, but this flag's also gone down. And Foxes. Khers surrenders of the Foxes clan. 2,145 kills to 2,565. The kill-death ratio definitely being in favor of UUU there. And we really see, OP division notwithstanding, the absolute power of that show. So, quite a live stream today. I hope you enjoyed. I am thoroughly knackered. Yeah, the Tigers and the heavy tanks really not paying off this game. It was looking precarious there in A. This one did pretty good for itself. But, so did this one. But really, come B phase, the income really carried you to victory there. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And goodbye. Under the Sea says I need to make Nov win. In League, you gotta win your next couple of games if you want to make NOV work. I gotta say, just wait till you get Cell. So yeah, goodbye everyone.